And find a comfortable seat. So it doesn't matter how you're sitting, where you're sitting, you just want to be sitting with the spine lifted. So you can always sit on a chair, you can sit on a cushion, comfy on your mat, and just wiggle around so that your sit bones are dropping directly down into the mat. And then you feel the crown reaching up for the sky. And just take a moment to settle into your body, do any kind of wiggling or shaking or shifting. Find a comfortable seat. And that's a lot of what physical yoga is the asana. The asana is finding the seat. So you can roll your shoulders forward and back, shake out your head, maybe give a couple sighs out the mouth as we arrive in our practice. And when you feel like you can be relatively still, and you're always welcome to have a little rock or a little shift if that feels better on your back. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And as you inhale, start to fill all the way from the belly, all the way up. At the top, imagine focusing at the crown of your head and squeeze your pelvis. So squeeze your root. You might think of that as the Kegel energy or the Mula Bandh. Hold. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And then again, as you inhale, imagine breathing from the root all the way up to the crown. Hold, focus at your crown, but squeeze your root. So you're focusing at the crown, holding the inhale, squeeze the root. And then open mouth, exhale, completely release. And then one more time, take a deep breath and imagine breathing from the belly all the way up. At the top of the inhale, focus at the crown, squeeze the pelvic floor. So squeeze all those muscles at the base of the spine. Hold, focus at the crown, squeeze, and sigh. Give yourself a little rock. And then just for a few rounds of breaths, imagine inhaling from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, and exhaling from the crown to the root. And you might see like a light, like a white light, or might be any color, and it's moving up and down. So pretty much everyone in here is familiar with the chakra system. Chakra means wheel in Sanskrit. It is one of the energetic anatomy systems used in yoga, as well as a lot of other philosophies and traditions. Chakra means wheel, and there are considered to be 7 main wheels of light that are placed along the spine that correspond to physical, mental, emotional, spiritual qualities and parts of us. And so when we work with the chakras, it's a way of having sort of our own personal relationship with our energetic healing. As we connect to each chakra, we connect to specific elements, energies, qualities. There's colors, there's sounds, there's movements. And so while an hour is a pretty quick tune-up for the 7 chakras, it absolutely can be done. So just for this first moment of a couple breaths, just breathing up and down your spine. Breathing up and down your spine. And just to feel into the space, the base of the spine is the root chakra, the red earth chakra, our manifestation, security chakra. The second chakra, the Svadhisthana, is the pelvis, the reproductive organs. This is our creative, intuitive, orange water chakra. The solar plexus and the organs of digestion are the Manipura chakra, the solar plexus, our power, our core, our will, our fire energy. The heart, the chest, the arms, all connected to the Anahata, the green air. 4th chakra, love, forgiveness, compassion. The throat, the jaw, the ears is the 5th, the Vishuddha chakra, the blue chakra of sound, communication, and truth. The 3rd eye in the pineal gland, as well as the physical eyes and sinuses, is the 6th chakra, the Agnya, the indigo chakra of light, intuition, perception. The crown of the head, the 7th chakra, the Sahasrara chakra, the violet 1,000-petaled lotus of infinite connection and possibility. So as we move through the chakras today, just allowing yourself to notice how the attention moves. We'll be working with them a little bit individually, but also systemically, because they do all work together. So go ahead and take another big breath in, breathe all the way up the spine, hold the energy at the crown, squeeze the base of the pelvis, squeeze the root. And then open mouth, exhale. And again, give yourself a little shake, a little shift, stretch out your legs. If you're seated, shift the body. And then when you are ready, we're going to come up to stand. So go ahead and shake, shift, do whatever you need to do to bring yourself up to stand. So standing at the top, the back, the front of the mat, wherever you comfortably can. And take a nice comfortable stance. So we're going to connect to the root from standing. So the root chakra is the tailbone, the pelvis, the big muscles of the legs, the bone structure, the Muladhara, the root support. So feel the legs. We talked a little bit about this energy last week with the full moon. So let yourself rock a bit side to side, shift around, wiggle around, feel your feet. So lift your toes. You can even play with lifting your heel on one foot, kind of shifting around. And think about how you feel today. Do you feel supported? What is that quality of survival or thriving? How are you feeling security, support-wise? So this is from the tailbone down. So a lot of times issues with the tailbone, with the quads, the hamstrings, the knees, the legs, the feet, the bones, we connect to this chakra. Also, elimination is connected to this chakra. So settle into your feet, soften your knees. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, fold down and hang. So bend your knees quite a bit. Let yourself hang over the legs. So you can put blocks under your hands or fold over a chair. So just coming into this first ragdoll. So the color here is red earth, root. You can bend and wiggle or just hold. So you maybe imagining a root from your tailbone, from your feet down into the earth. So the root chakra is the container for this energetic system. So it's the foundation. A lot of times it's considered to be developed in utero. So we don't even have a ton of ability to form this because it's formed when we're just little tiny babies. But we can always come back to reestablish the roots. Take a big breath and lengthen up halfway, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, let it all go. Again, inhale, hands to shins or thighs, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, shake it out. Connecting to the earth energy. Now bend your knees a lot, and you can even take your feet a little bit wider. Bring your forearms to your thighs, sit back into our downhill skier pose. So pressing your elbows into your thighs. And this might just be a couple of inches, or you might be sitting back into a deep sort of chair position. Make sure the knees are not splaying out and that there's a little lift to your heart. Take a moment to lift your toes. So this warms up those big muscles pretty quick. Take an inhale, exhale out the mouth, forward fold. Shake it out. Inhale up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Again, bend the knees, bring your elbows to your thighs, start to lift your chest as you sit back. Downhill skier. We also sometimes jokingly call this public restroom pose. Usually just makes us giggle in an uncomfortable position. Take another big breath in, exhale out the mouth, let it go. Whew, let yourself rock a little bit. So twisting over the legs, letting go of any stagnant or excess energy in the root. Hands to shins or thighs, inhale, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold. One more time, bend the knees, bring your elbows, forearms to your thighs, sit back, lift the chest, lift the toes, squeeze the legs. Take a big breath in, this time lion's breath, stick out the tongue. And then roll it down. And then bend the knees and roll it on up. Slowly roll it up. Let everything unfurl. Shake out your legs. Waking up the root. And then bring the feet about hip width distance apart. Hands to your hips or arms can be out the sides to balance. Just inhale, lift up onto your tippy toes and down. So just a few of these. Inhaling up to the tippy toes, exhale down. So starting to feel the ankles, the calves, the glutes. Stabilization kicks in when we start to balance. Waking up that root chakra. So you can always use a wall or again, have the hands out to the sides. Squeeze the legs. Try to keep the body up and down so you're not leaning forward or back. Breathe red energy into the earth. Good. And then hold at the top. You can always use help. Squeeze the ankles, squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes. Inhale. Exhale, heels down. Whew, shake out the legs. Whew. All right, hopefully that root chakra is woken up a little bit more. Soften your knees, feet about hip width distance. Let's start to circle out the hips. So again, even as we start to move up the chakras, we continue to stay connected. So that root chakra continues to be the supportive muscles of the legs, our connection to the earth, our relationship to our safety, our manifestation, our security, our stability, the container, right? The container. And then we start to move here into the hips, into the svadhisthana, into the sacral chakra, the reproductive organs, the genitals, the creative, intuitive chakra. So think about putting the water, the fluid in the container. If you don't have a firm, strong container and you're trying to hold liquid, it's going to spill. It's going to go through the cracks. So we establish that strong foundation, and then we have this place to find fluidity, to find this connection to movement and senses and touch. Go ahead and reverse the direction. So a lot of times this is considered, we establish the root chakra in the womb and then that first year of life. And so babies are always, they're learning through their senses, through smell, through touch, through taste, right? They just come out of the fluid of the womb and they start to discover the fluids of the world, right? Babies have lots of fluids. So again, just that real, just sensory, emotional, they just know that sort of emotional, primal connection. And then as we start to develop, this is our emotions. This is our emotions. This is our intimacy, our ability to be intimate. The orange, water chakra. So just hip circles are a great way. It helps to move us into right brain, which is more connected to this chakra. The root chakra is more of a left brain, more about that primal, logical, rational, sort of linear movement. And then more of that creative, intuitive, visual here in the hips. This is great for the low back and the pelvis. Good, and then bring it to stillness. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, fold down. Shake it out. Now wiggle your hips a little bit here. Rock your hips, bend the knees, shake out the hips. Soften the jaw. And then again, bend the knees, roll it on up. And step one leg open, so it doesn't really matter whatever your mat is set up for, so that your legs are open nice and wide. Turn the toes out, so we're setting up for temple, which is a great first, second chakra movement. So the toes are facing out. As you inhale, you can extend the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit back into your hips, sweep it down. So just start to follow your breath. So we're working with the container, we're working with the legs, and we're starting to deepen that opening of the hips and creating flow. So flow is an important quality of the second chakra. So we have that container, we have the root, and then we have the freedom to flow. So to find that flow through your hips, through your legs. Keep the stability through the feet, through the big muscles that are supporting the container, so that you can move the hips, open the hips, Getting a little bit of heart energy here too with the arms. Great movement for the whole body. Draw belly in, a little bit of that solar plexus, but mostly just feeling into the flow. And so just warming up the system, helping to clear out anything stuck, anything excess, balancing our physical and emotional well-being. Good, inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, bring your hands down as you bend your knees. And if you want, point your fingers down, bring your thumbs to touch and place it just below your belly button. So this is one of the mudras for this chakra. So roll the shoulders down. And you can keep a little rock or a little pulse here. Just breathing into the hips, lifting through the heart. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Straighten the legs, point the toes in, hands to hips, roll down into the fold. Let your hands slide down your legs, shake it out. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Keep that little flow going. Just gently bending and extending. Keep sitting your hips back, shake out your head. Soften the jaw. Settle back towards center. Just feel the hips, the legs here. And then slow roll it up. Inhale, sweep the arms up, turn the toes out, start to come back into that temple flow. Reaching up, sitting back. So it doesn't matter how much you're bending the knees, right? Like we talked about that in the root chakra. We want to be honoring where the body is today. For second chakra, it's more about flow, right? And just sitting into those hips as you comfortably can, making sure the body is safe, strong, letting the breath move with you. You're welcome to side out or again, any sort of emotional expression here. Good, go ahead and reach it up. And then bend the knees, pull your hands down, maybe back to that mudra of the upside down triangle. Sink into the hips. Give it a nice little rock if that feels good, or just hold. Relax your face, belly in. Get a couple good sighs. Inhale. Exhale it out. Straighten the legs, point your toes, hands to hips, fold it down. Release the hands down, find that little rock. Side to side, bend the knees. Let it go, shake it out. And then pause at center and just bow in. Breathe into the orange energy of the hips, the pelvis, the reproductive organs, the sacrum, the creative, intuitive energy. Can you let go a little bit more? And then slowly roll it on up. Gently heel toe or hop the feet together. Give yourself another little shake. Shake out the energy. Feel those legs. So we're going to take a tree pose to sort of balance first and second and start to move us into third chakra. So if you need to use support, that's part of that root chakra connection. Ground the left leg, rotate the right hip, place the foot to the ankle, the calf, or draw it into the inner thigh. Now you can take your hands back into our upside down triangle if you want to stay with that lower chakra energy, or if you want to start to bring it up into the higher chakra, you can reach the arms out to create a little more balance. But breathe, soften. So feel the roots of the extended leg, our Muladhara chakra energy. And then that open hip, right, Svadhisthana chakra energy, maybe the hands in mudra, or maybe we're activating core to start to reach up and out, right? So find the breath. Red, orange, and coming into yellow light. And slowly release, give it a nice shake. Second side Vrikshasana, tree pose. So the opposite leg finds those so let's get back in, find the root chakra roots, and the opposite leg connecting to the hips. So again, you might, this side's a little bit more wobbly, you might come right back into our upside down triangle mudra, or reach it up, or maybe you need support on this side. Breathe. Feel your roots, the container, and then that flow, the emotional, creative fluidity. And starting to feel that core wakes up, we find balance. Big breath in. And release it out. Good, give it a nice little shake. Come back on the mat to a comfortable position, feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, draw belly in, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale. Inhale, reach it up, lift up at the top, stretch, feel your abdominals stretching. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, like that half Surya Namaskar. So any sun salutations are great for third chakra. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up. Find that place at the top where you feel the belly stretching, the solar plexus lifting, and then hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Find that little pause. And then hands to heart. Good. Soften the knees. Go ahead and take your hands, place them over the solar plexus. So connect to that energy there in the solar plexus. We're gonna do a round of breath of fire. If breath of fire doesn't work for you, just really focus on deep belly breath. Otherwise, we're exhaling out the nostrils sharply. So there's like a pump in the stomach as it comes back. We want it to come from the solar plexus. So soften the knees, stand up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. So really feel that pump in the stomach on the exhale. The inhale happens automatically as the stomach fills back up. Few more, keep it going. This is the fire chakra, the golden chakra of power. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach the arms up. Right arm down, right leg, left arm over. Let's find that side body flow. Inhale up, exhale to the left. So pressing down through your feet as you reach up and over. If you want a little more core work, allow that bottom arm to sort of circle around the belly. So again, we have a little bit of that flow happening, but we're not using the bottom arm. So then we're really getting the core to fire up. So we still have our strong legs, finding a little bit of fluid breath and body. And now starting to wake up that core. So drawing the belly in, feeling into the obliques, the side body. So this is our mid-back, mid-spine, the digestive organ body. In yellow, connected to the sun, connected to fire, willpower, confidence, courage. So this is in that second year of life. They talk about the terrible twos, right? That's finding the will, finding the me, the mind, the no. A few more like this. Draw the belly in, always stretching up and over as much as you can. One more round, side to side. And then come back to center, hands to heart, another round of breath of fire, or you can just really focus on belly breath. Take an inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach it up, lift. This time, soft knees twist to the right, right arm behind you, look behind. Inhale up to center, exhale, left arm behind. So as we flow through the standing twist, keep the knees soft and the hips forward. So this standing work gets us right into that solar plexus, mid-back, waistline, obliques, upper abdominals. Try to keep your hips and your knees facing forward, moving with your breath. Really twisting on that exhale. Rinsing out. So this is our digestion, our detoxification. And one more to each side. Bring it back through center, hands to solar plexus. One more round, breath of fire, or just deep conscious belly breath. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it out. Widen the feet a little bit. Come back to a gentle rock. Grab onto opposite elbows. As we shift into the heart, the anahata, the fourth chakra, the arms, the chest, the breast, the thymus gland, the lungs, the heart. Love, compassion, forgiveness, grief, the color green, sometimes pink. Release your arms down. If it's comfortable to step back to all fours, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, you can come to sit. And let's just feel into our cat-cow, moving from the heart. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, find a little pause in that heart opener. And then arch back, stretch the back of the heart. And again, you can do this seated if it's not comfortable to be on your knees today. Press your hands down. Soften the jaw, the face. So green or pink heart energy. And so we establish our foundation, our strong, safe, healthy container for the fluidity of emotion, creativity, intuition, sensory experience, the sensual world, which allows us the confidence to move into our core, into our fire, our power, our will. And then the hope is that we are then able to open up into the heart, to start to see the connection between us and other, to bring our power to service. A lot of times in the third year of life, they start to understand there are other people other than just them, starting to establish friendships and relationships, learning. And we're always working on that relationship between the chakras, between me and we. Moving into the heart, how to keep the heart unstruck. So the idea is that the core allows us enough autonomy and strength to set the boundaries to protect the heart. And this is the air chakras. So after that breath of fire, sort of releasing any stagnant energy. See if you can breathe more freely, more fully. And then slowly round it back into child's pose. So this is the heart, the head going below the heart. So we move from the heart here. So resting your heart down, stretching your arms forward. Maybe imagining green light, breathing it slow and deep into the heart. And if it's available from child's pose, you can lift yourself up and thread the right arm under the left, bringing the right ear down. So really gentle twist for the heart. So wringing out, rinsing out any tension in the heart. And then switching sides, so right arm forward, left arm threads under, left ear down. And then back to child's pose for one more breath. Take the longest, slowest inhale you can, maybe imagining that green light. Pause at the top. And then exhale, long, long exhale, imagining that green light. And then again, just pause at the bottom. And then roll yourself up to either coming into puppy dog or downward dog. So for puppy dog, we're on the knees. We stick the sit bones up, walk your hands out, placing your forehead or your chest down. Otherwise, hands come nice and wide, lifting the hips into down dog. So it's pretty much a very similar stretch. For some people, down dog is easier if they can't be on the knees. You can also, do like a wide leg fold and walk the hands out. Or that puppy dog stretch, the hips are lifting up. Good. So Anahatasana is named for the heart opening pose. So pressing the heart back, again, creating more freedom and space in your heart. The arms, the chest, so the fingers, all the way down to the fingers, we connect to the heart chakra, upper back, shoulders, shoulder blades, thymus gland, lungs, heart. Good. Take a big, big, big breath in again. Long inhale. And then exhale out and ah. It's one of the sounds of the heart. That's the vowel sound of the heart. Take another breath. Let out and ah. One more time, wherever you are here, take a big breath, fill the back of the heart, front of the heart, sides of the heart. Exhale that. Ah. Good. And we're going to slide out onto the belly, coming through one of my favorite, through Sphinx. One of my favorite poses during all of this pandemic time, for all the extra time with the computer. Excellent for the heart. So we're on the belly, on the forearms, feet are hip width distance, tops of the feet down. So even here, we have the root, right? The top of the feet are pressing down. They're rooting us. And then we draw the hips down. We lift up and out of the pelvis. This is great to stretch out the abdominal muscles. And then we lift up into the heart. So you can shake out your head a little bit here. Also starting to get us into the throat. Starting to feel some of that throat energy. And we're going to tune into the breath. So I would like to invite you to do a 4 count of breath. You can either just inhale, exhale 4, or you can do this square, which is inhaling 4, holding 4, exhaling 4, holding 4. We'll do 4 rounds of breath here. Soft jaw, soft face. And if it gets to be too much, you can stack your hands and place your forehead down and just do the breathing there. And no rush, but when you do finish, again, you can just stack the hands or the forearms and place the forehead and just rock it out, let that go. So we're going to do that again. You can either, like I said, just stay resting and focus on the breath, because pranayama is working with the heart. So even if you're not lifting into your chest, you're still working with the heart when we breathe. So you can just rest, you can do Sphinx, or we're going to do Cobra for the next one. So for Cobra, the elbows come in towards the ribs, the thumbs are in line with the chest, and it can be a low Cobra where you're really low, not even using your hands, or you can lift up almost anywhere up to the height of the elbows, but keep the elbows bent. So same things, 4 rounds of breath, counting. And Cobra can be a little bit more intense, especially if you're in a higher Cobra. So maybe don't do the retentions, just do the 4 inhale, 4 exhale. Lifting up through the heart, elbows in, stay rooted through the legs and the pelvis. You can always come back to Sphinx. You can always just rest your forehead and focus on the breath. It's just also interesting because it's like, we connect heart openers and pranayama to the heart, and yet it can be kind of challenging to do pranayama in our heart openers. So we have to adjust and soften a little bit to find that breath, and that's so appropriate for the heart. And then when you finish, just release it down, rock it out. Big breath in through the nose, find that loud And then slowly we'll push it back to either child's pose, or if you want to take a downward dog again for a moment. Down dog, again, great for the heart, but also getting into the legs, the hips, or just find that child's pose, that pose of wisdom. And then we'll shift back into our standing forward fold, feet wide. And you can just dangle here, or if you want, lengthen up, clasp the hands behind the back, and then stretch the arms up overhead. So last little shoulder over here, if you want that. For some people, I know this isn't always available. My shoulders get cranky with this stretch sometimes. But just even if you're just in our standing forward fold, we're just letting all that lower chakra energy release, everything release out. Again, maybe stretching up through the arms. If you are, you can roll the chest a little bit. Side out. Release the arms if they were up. And then we're going to slowly transition back to sitting. If it's available for you to sit in a supported virasana, I'm going to suggest that for this next part. If it's not, then just sit however you're comfortable, okay? So you can put a blanket down for the knees, have the knees together, and the heels wide enough that you can put a prop down to sit between your heels. If there's knee issues, like I said, it's not worth it. So just sit comfortably. You can even sit on the bed or on a chair. So we're moving into the 5th chakra. Virasana, again, this is helping to decompress the 1st and 2nd chakra, or compress it for now and then decompress it. This is actually really good for the belly, for the heart, and this is where we're going to do our 5th chakra practice, which will work through the sounds of the chakras. So make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you can sit up nice and tall here. And then you can rest your hands on your thighs. You can turn your palms up and let the thumbs touch in bowl mudra, which connects us to all of the energy of the chakras that we're holding so far, or if there's a mudra that you prefer, you can do that too. Even just Jnana mudra, index fingers and thumbs. So again, the knowledge that we're transmitting through the chakras. And just shake out your head a little bit, give it a little shake. Side out. So the 5th chakra is the neck, the jaw, the thyroid, parathyroid, voice box, the listening, so the ears, And then just go into dropping one ear to the shoulder at a time. You can just stay with shaking the head if that feels better, or just letting the head gently drop. This is the bottleneck, the Vishuddha chakra, the sky blue chakra of sound, of expression, of the perfectly pure vision of our truth. And bring it back to center, drop your chin to your chest. And so we clarify this chakra best through conscious sound. And so as you bring yourself back to center here, we're just going to move through the seed sounds of each chakra. We'll go from the root up to the crown. So the root chakra, the sound is a lam. And you can always just hum, you can listen, you can just do it quietly to yourself, or you can join in. So the sound of a lam, the red root. Lam. The orange second chakra is Vam. Inhale. Vam. The yellow solar plexus is Ram. Inhale. Ram. The green heart is Yam. Inhale. Yam. The blue throat is Ham. Inhale. Ham. The indigo third eye is Inhale. And the violet crown is Om. Inhale. Om. And take a moment to just rest in the vibration of sound. Each sound helping to activate and align and integrate each chakra. Take a big breath in. And sigh it out with some sound. And go ahead and shift onto your bottom. Stretch the legs out, give them a little shake, shake them out, give yourself a little shake. You can still be sitting up on props if that works for you. Bend the right knee. You can cross the foot over the left thigh or just keep the right foot down and twisting. So this twist is great for fifth chakra, so purifying. So we right hand behind us, left hand wraps or hooks the right arm, and then we gently twist looking over the right shoulder. So a lot of times we associate twists with the third and fifth chakra because of the detoxification. But if this is too much for your neck, you can always keep your gaze turned to the left. So just imagining all the way up the spine, rinsing out with that vibration of sound, anything disconnected, anything stagnant. Inhale through the nose. Again, exhale out some sound. Slowly unwind and shake it out, switching sides. So bend the left knee and keep that left foot where it is, or cross it over just for a little bit of a deeper twist. Left hand behind you, right arm wraps or hooks, and gently lean back to look to the left. Soften your jaw, your throat. You can swallow or yawn to release the ears. And get any sounds that feel good. Big breath in. Side out. Gently unwind, shake out the leg. You get to sort of gently shake your head, your arms, and then bring the soles of the feet together. So we'll mostly do 6th and 7th chakra in our final relaxation, but a little bit of 6th chakra to bring us forward. So if it's possible to grab a couple blocks or a bolster or pillow to stack things up so that from your bound angle, you can lift up and forward and place your forehead on some support. This would be a great way to activate it. If not, you can always just come forward and bring your thumbs to your third eye point. And you can do that too if you like maybe just have a block and you can put your elbows in it, place it there. But allow the physical eyes to start to soften and close. You start to turn into the inner vision, the inner world. The Agnya chakra is the command center. We move into the master glands of the pineal gland and the pituitary, which is the crown. And these are the glands that tell the rest of the body what's going on. And so even as we move up the chakras, once we're here, we have this opportunity to reset, to recalibrate. Hopefully all those other chakras have been set up, neatly and nicely through life, but life doesn't usually work that way, right? As we grow up, things just happen. Life has a way of happening. And so when we get to this chakra, it has a lot to do with our perception of ourselves and others. It has to do with our relationship to intuition, to vision, to what we're willing to see as real or not. And so this is a big key area. That's why this chakra is kind of a big deal in a lot of spiritual traditions, the third eye, the psychic eye, because it really is how we view the world, which therefore dictates our behavior. A lot of times, our reality. And so in yoga, we want this chakra to be clarified, purified. We want it to be connected to spirit or our relationship with the universe or Purusha, so that we can participate in a healthy way with the world, with nature, with Prakriti. And so allowing the eyes to close, a little gentle pressure at the third eye. Great ways to activate this chakra are candle gazing, gazing at a candle flame till the eyes water, gazing at the night sky, getting away from unnatural light and screens. Obviously, meditation and visualization is great for this chakra. And so just take a few conscious breaths here, eyes soft, feeling that gentle pressure at the third eye. Maybe imagining an indigo light or star here. As we allow our perception, our vision, our intuition to be reset. Take another big, big, big breath in. Side out. Bring yourself up slowly. Keep the eyes soft. So for final relaxation, you can either take legs up the wall, or you can do reclining bound angle or shavasana. Those are sort of the three favorites. Any of those are great for the crown and for sort of the visualization we'll go through. So with legs at the wall, we get the mild inversion, which we often do inversions for the crown chakra. So if you can comfortably take your legs up the wall, up the bed, stack some cushions, that's great. If that's not available or appropriate, you could also just lie back over the bolsters. And we want to think about having a nice angle so the crown is up and we've got that long angle of the body, so like a 45-degree angle. Or you can just lie in Shavasana, which has the body in a neutral position. I do want to recommend you cover your eyes. So if you have a towel, a shirt, an eye cover, cover your eyes. So that's another really good thing for 6th chakra. And just make sure the crown energy is open if you're in the mild inversion or in Supta Baddha Konasana. Just feel this long line of energy from the crown to the root. You can wiggle, shift, sigh. Take a moment to return to the breathing that we started with, inhaling from the root to the crown, exhaling crown to root. Maybe seeing a river of light flowing up the channel, the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. And just see it rolling up and down. And I'm just going to guide you through a gentle visualization and then sort of leave a couple moments for that resting in the crown, because the crown is about non-attachment. The crown is about infinite potential and possibility. So we do use the visualization of the sixth chakra to then create that spacious awareness where we can now channel our spiritual wisdom and guidance and support the infinite possibilities. So eyes closed and covered, body settled on the earth, breath traveling up and down the central channel. And just again, see a light moving up and down the spine, feeling the back body surrounded by the earth, rooted. Feel the feet and legs and tailbone rooting you into the earth. The softness through the pelvis and the hips, that bowl of the pelvis. Feel the energy of the solar plexus, the mid back, the mid spine, the organ body. The sweetness of the heart, the chest, the arms. Relax your mouth, your throat. Completely soften the eyes, and the space between the eyebrows. And again, imagine a dark blue star right at your third eye, a warm, dark blue star. And this energy moves down to the hollow of the throat, placing another warm, dark blue star in the hollow of the throat. And a warm blue star in the center of the right shoulder. A warm blue star in the center of the right elbow. The right wrist. Little warm blue stars placed in the tips of your fingers on the right hand. And then feeling these little blue stars from the tips of the fingers back through the wrist, elbow, shoulder, the whole right arm connected to this central line. Feeling the warm blue star at the hollow of the throat, which then sends a blue star into left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist. And little warm blue stars move into the tips of the fingers on the left hand, the thumb and fingers. So you feel all the fingers and thumb on the left hand with little warm blue stars. As that little warm blue stars move back through the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the whole left arm connected to the central channel, back to the hollow of the throat. And you feel the third eye, the hollow of the throat, both arms online with this energy of the warm blue star. A warm blue star moves into the solar plexus, activating the solar plexus. And then it slides back up to the hollow of the throat, back to the third eye, hollow of the throat, both arms. And then it moves into the center of the heart. Center of the heart lit up with the warm blue star. Moving to the right side of the chest, back to the center, to the left side of the chest, back to the center. Feeling the heart, the throat, the arms, the third eye. And then it slides back in the solar plexus activating even more as we feel solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye. The warm blue star moves down into the navel center, waking up the navel center, moving warm blue starlight into the right hip, right knee, right ankle, the tips of all the toes on the right foot lit up with warm blue stars, the toes, the ankle, the knee, the hip, the whole right leg online, back to the navel center, a few inches below the belly button. Feeling that line of the navel center up to the solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, back down to the navel center into the left hip, warm blue star in the left knee, the left ankle, and down to the tips of the toes on the left foot. All the tips of the toes with warm blue stars, back up through the left ankle, left knee, left hip, into the navel center. From the navel center, we feel both legs lit up all the way down to the toes. We feel the navel center. We feel this warm blue star come to rest at the tailbone. And as it places at the tailbone, we feel the whole body light up. Tailbone, navel center, solar plexus, heart, hollow of the throat, third eye, and the crown. And the whole central channel lit up with warm blue stars. The arms and the legs, the whole body activated by this constellation of warm blue stars that began at the third eye. And as you feel the power of that third eye pulsing, bringing all these other little stars online, connecting the entire circuitry of the energetic anatomy. And as you feel everything online with that warm blue star at the third eye point, you drop into that blue star, the third eye point, and that dark blue star becomes a dark blue screen, like a movie theater. And all the other little stars continue to pulse and shine, but you are focusing at this dark screen at the space between your eyebrows. And you just notice this dark blue screen. Even if other things come up, you just feel into this dark blue screen. And then suddenly these images flash. A perfect red strawberry. The ocean at sunset. A happy sunflower. Happy sunflower. Fresh mowed green grass. A perfect blue sky. The crescent moon. Sparkling amethyst and quartz crystals. And as you see these sparkling crystals emerge on the screen, those crystals get bigger and bigger, becoming a crown at the top of your head. And you feel the top of your head with these sparkling purple and white and golden crystals resting at the crown. This beautiful crystalline light emanates through your whole body, from the crown to the tips of the fingers and toes, sparkling like starlight, crystal light pouring back over your whole body. From the crown to the root, the body receives all of this crystalline light and energy codes, bringing you into balance. Remembering your wholeness, your alignment, and all these sparkling crystal light and starlight seal into your energetic anatomy. And you feel your whole body from the crown to root, root to crown, aligned and restored and integrated. You feel the energy buzzing and flowing from the crown to the root to the crown. You allow yourself to just rest for a moment in the spacious awareness, the energy from the crown to the root, letting everything else go as the body receives all of this chakra blessing and activation. You are welcome to stay and rest even longer. Otherwise, start to breathe up and down the root to the crown, crown to root. Maybe begin to wiggle and stretch and just feel the body restored, the chakras tuned and toned. You can roll to one side, or depending on how you're lying, if it makes more sense to curl up. or again, just stay where you are. If you'd like to come to sit, we'll close and seal our chakra practice, sort of our mid-year chakra tune-up. Honor yourself for showing up today, for taking this time to check in, to tune in. May you feel supported and connected today and all week long, all month long, as we come into a new month. And we will seal the practice. I always like to kind of bring it in the middle. So we'll seal it with the heart bija seed, finishing with the heart sound, the sound of yam. If you'd like to join, big breath in. Yam. And I bow to you. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.